So, I'm James Cunningham. This is Will Robbins, and we're going to talk. Yeah. So, Will, it's New Year's. You just went on your ski trip, right?
I was in Pennsylvania skiing for a few days, but
How was that? Hitting the slopes?
yeah, it's pretty good.
Did you use a snowboard or you a skier?
I ski. I tried to snowboard once, and I fucking sucked at it.
It seems mad hard. Like,
Yeah.
my uncle, a few years ago, he's way too old to start learning snowboarding
Yeah.
with my cousins, and he's going down the slope through, like, literally just learning how to
Yeah.
snowboard. And I think it was like the first time he gets on it, he falls and like snaps his wrist and has to get like helied off.
That's my uncle did the same thing, but he had a concussion. He didn't
Damn.
snap it.
How did he get it? Did he hit like a tree or is the snow that
No,
hard?
he was just like same thing, like trying to pick it up and
Yeah.
like just ate shit and hit his head.
Yeah, I feel like once you're past like 20 or 21, maybe you should stop trying new things like that. Then you can get hurt with. Because, I mean, I never went skiing. Actually, I went skiing once when I was like 5.
Yeah.
But, like, what's up with the pizza and the hot dogs? Like, how do you get down the mountain? I don't get it.
It's like if you put your skis like this, you just push more snow out of the way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like you go slow and then straight. You know, there's nothing stopping you, so you just go fast.
You do any tricks?
Yeah, a few.
What do you like? Do you go off those, like, the boxes?
Yeah.
Do you grind it like a
Yeah, you can
skateboarding?
go on in a bunch of different ways, like sideways, forwards, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. That seems just terrifying. I feel
Yeah.
like I would like when I hop off, the skis would hit the snow, and I would just like do a tumble roll and like one of those
Yeah.
cartoons into the snowballs.
Mm.
But
It's something you just gotta be like, do a lot, and then once you're comfortable on skis, you can like try new things. you
Yeah.
know?
I mean, I guess that's just with like with anything, just
Yeah,
learning.
exactly.
But
Mhm.
like when you're old,
Yeah,
can't.
exactly.
Those old
yeah.
fuckers.
Yeah. A lot more painful.
Right? Because
Yeah.
like Lucy, my dog, the golden doodle, we throw ball all day,
Mhm.
and she just goes headfirst into the wall.
Yeah.
Like, how does she not get hurt by that?
Yeah,
She's a
my
young
dog does the exact same thing.
Yeah.
They like eat concrete and stuff, and they're just indestructible, I guess.
Yeah, until they're not, until they're old,
Yeah,
and then they just like sleep all day
yeah,
and sleep all night. But until then, I feel like our bodies, I don't know what it's. I guess because we're young and we're supposed to get hurt so we can
Mhm.
learn from it.
yeah,
Then your body just gets so old and
yeah. Now it's good at
Corrupted.
repairing itself.
yeah. But that's why this scares me. You hear about that Neuralink thing? The Elon Musk is making.
Oh yeah, like the chip that goes in your brain and makes you like smart or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that scare you?
I mean, yeah, it's like everyone's got a chip in their brain, so like where can that go? You know what I mean? That
What do you
can-
mean?
You get pretty fucked up, you know, like flip of a switch and Elon
Yeah.
Musk's gonna having us like doing crazy ass shit because he's got a chip in my brain.
He can
you know what I
control
mean?
us
Yeah,
just like
exactly.
that. That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Like that's people always say the end of the world is like with technology, like the Terminator's gonna come kill
Yeah.
us. No, I'm saying fuck that. I'm
Yeah,
saying
it's
we're
the
gonna
chips in the brain.
Yeah, the chips in the brain.
Yeah,
That's how we're
exactly.
gonna go. It's not. There's no robots gonna come to destroy us. Like they
Mhm.
don't care. They're robots. We're gonna destroy ourselves with
Yeah,
technology.
exactly.
And that's where I hope we start to see, because I feel like if we keep going down this technology path,
Mhm.
we're just not human anymore.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like little kids growing up now are like always on their phones and stuff, and they're not really like living. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I was talking about this with someone else the other day, and they're like, "Yeah, but it's like so easy for parents just to, like stick an iPad in front of a kid and like they don't do anything." It's
Yeah,
like, yeah, but then they're
facts.
not like doing anything. You know what I mean?
They're
Like,
just sitting with a screen in front of
mhm.
them.
Have you seen? It's like Kingsman, I think is the name of the movie.
Yes, with the British
Yeah,
guys.
exactly,
The
yeah.
James Bond British version.
Yeah, and it's like in that they use cell phones and make everyone try to like kill each other.
Oh, that's the one with Samuel L. Jackson,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, mhm.
Yeah, that movie was crazy. In the church scene, when they turned it on with all the music, do you remember that? It was like I think it was a slow-mo cut of it, but it was just the guy just whooping everyone's ass.
Yeah,
It was so cool. Like, I've never
it's a
seen
cool
that.
movie.
They got to make more of those. But
I
like,
think they made a second one, but I didn't watch it because someone told me that it wasn't as good.
The second one's never as good because they always try to live up to the first one's expectations. I feel like Lion King. I think they made a Lion King 2.
Yeah, they did, but no one ever talks
good.
about it.
Yeah, I wonder why. Stick to the first one.
Have you seen Planet of the Apes?
Yes.
That's one of those movies, like, and those movies, like the Hangover movies, it's like they had a killer first movie. The second one was like, and then the third one's just like a desperate attempt to make up for the second one.
Facts.
It's like, and then they're like, oh, we're done.
Yeah.
Give up there.
What's it called? Those Caesar, the monkey.
Yeah.
Like the first. Did you see those in theaters? Because I was pretty young when I saw 'em.
I saw them like last year, like maybe in quarantine or something.
Yeah.
I saw them pretty recently.
They're so good. We just watched them again at school. We had every Sunday we would watch one. Well, I guess it was only 3 Sundays, but we took a few breaks in between.
Yeah.
But I love Caesar's story in that. Like because that's really what the trilogy's about. It's about him.
Yeah.
In his life. And I thought he was such a good leader.
Yeah.
He's a monkey.
Yeah,
and
he's pretty cool.
But what do you think about, because there's the monkeys, like in our life, not these CGI animated one. Who's the actor for it? What's his name? He's,
I don't know. It's where like they're in like the spaceship or whatever though, and they like wake up and like they're still on Earth. And,
But, fuck, I forgot where I was going with. That guy's face distracted me. Oh yeah, because there's the monkeys here.
Yeah.
And they're like using spears, and they're like in their own Stone Age now. Like I'm not gonna say they're not monkeys. They're primates. They're like I don't know the exact thing for it, but here, have you seen the picture of it?
The picture of what?
Oh, of the monkey using a spear to fish. Let me get this up. It is the craziest thing.
It's an actual picture?
Oh, no, yeah, it's a real thing. There's primates in the wild using spears to hunt fish. Or fish? Like, yeah, wait. Primate fishing. It's crazy. It's crazy. Here, it's on the TV. Yeah, this. Wait. This guy. Look up there. It's ridiculous. He's literally using a spear to fish. Like, what do you think? Are they?
There's pictures of monkeys that use like rocks too, and like make like little hammers and like, break shit and stuff.
So they're like in their Stone Age.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's terrifying.
I feel like if they ever start to catch up, we're just gonna like.
Yeah, I mean, dude, we definitely fight back. We'll have a little Planet of the Apes in our own life.
Yeah.
But that's kind of cool. They're gonna like grow up because once they're in their Stone Age, when did humans like start to become conscious? Like, to the point where they could work together?
I think once you get to like farming and agriculture and having a sustainable source of food, that's when you start being able to divert your attention to like doing other shit. You know what I mean?
Because then you're not like surviving anymore. Because then you don't need to focus all your energy on that. You could focus on
exactly.
thinking.
Yeah, exactly. Doing more than like hunting for fish. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, gosh, damn. But that's where I like the Renaissance, and like the back when Galileo, I think it was the 1200. I don't know when it was. Around then somewhere.
Yeah.
But like all those guys, they're like living like kings. There's nothing going on in. I think they're in Rome. Yeah, all these philosophers are just like chilling, like
thinking
like, with their shroom milk or whatever they used.
Yeah.
And because that was the point after all that suffering and death and destruction of, well, I think there's something, but they had time to think, and then shit hit the fan, and then they couldn't think anymore, and then people had to start surviving, and it's just a constant cycle of struggling to survive, and then getting to the point of, I could chill.
Yeah.
Let's think and make some renovations, because like we haven't made really any new discoveries to like science, the world since back then, which is crazy to think, but we've been going through so much with like the new technologies coming in and trying to figure out COVID and like trying to figure out the world, because it obviously something's not going right now.
it kind of blows my mind that like we have access to the internet, and like there's people who go to like these higher institutions that are like geniuses in certain fields, and like some of the ways that the world is run is just like, what the fuck? Like this is the best we can. This is the best we came up with. Like this sucks.
We're doing the same shit we did back then.
Yeah,
but now we have technology, so we could have all the information in the world.
Yeah, but we're not like using it.
We're not.
Yeah, it's like doesn't really make a whole lot of sense.
Makes zero sense at all, because like they back then they're using like, what are they? I was talking about them before. Is these I don't know, to calculate the stars and see where they are. Like they don't have. Last night I was looking at the stars. I took out my phone and used a star app and be like, that's Orion's belt.
Yeah.
Like they're doing that by hand.
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy.
Like, everything we do is just so much easier, and it's just like, we're just like leaving stuff in the past almost. You know what I mean? Like we're doing just shit that doesn't make any sense.
We're forgetting why we made shit easier.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
We have a fridge so we don't have to like go outside and get ice blocks or salts. This stuff is here to make things easier for us, and we're just taking it for granted and being like, now I could just coast.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're supposed to do. Like this new year will come. This new year when everyone makes resolutions and stuff. Oh, Lucy, it's okay. Why are you crying? Here's your ball. Go. Making resolutions and stuff. They only last a little bit because everyone just. Lucy, sit. All right, the boys are buzzing again. My
Sweet.
dog unplugged the audio. But I think I was saying something about, I don't know, resolutions.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but yeah, come on, Lucy. She's good down here, but sometimes she's just a little too much for everything.
Yeah.
I was saying, resolutions, because people do them. They're like, I'm gonna change. I'm gonna do better, and then once the first hiccup comes or something, people are just like, shit, I guess it wasn't for me.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. It doesn't make any sense.
No.
It's like people give themselves a pat on the back for having a New Year's resolution, but then don't actually do it.
No,
It's
they don't
like,
do
then
shit.
What's the pat on the back for? You know what I mean? Like
nothing. You thought about it. Like,
yeah,
cool.
exactly.
Everyone can think. I think about going to the moon, but like.
Yeah, exactly. You're not like, damn, I'm an astronaut, man.
Yeah,
Like,
just like that. No work putting into it. That's what I find. Like, I did that so long. Like, I would do New Year's resolutions, and I'd say, no, I'm giving up chocolate, giving up bacon. I can never give up bacon or chocolate. Like,
yeah, exactly.
like that's so much discipline and that you have to do. But what I've been finding is like going to the gym. I always just hated that shit. Cause like, why would I go to the gym just to get big? And then if I stop working out, I'll lose it all and then just be even fatter than I was before.
Yeah.
Like, it made no sense to me. I'm like, that just seems like a huge waste of time. So I was always like, no, fuck it. But I would be like, all right, it's healthy. Like,
Yeah.
I should probably go to the gym.
Yeah.
Like, I can't see my toes or my wee-wee. But I'm just looking down, and I'm like, all right, I got to do it. So I go, and I do the first day. And I'm like, I don't know how to do any of this shit. So I just gave up.
Yeah.
I left it alone for like not 10 years. I'm only 20.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't leave it up, but it was like a few years. And then I finally, like, everyone at school just like lifted. So I'm like, I feel like a bum. Like, I gotta start doing something. So that like motivated me and pushed me to be like, okay, I'm gonna do this. They go every day. I'll start off 3 times a week.
Yeah.
It was like 1 time a week,
Yeah.
but like I was still doing it, learning,
Uh-huh.
getting better. Cause like when I start, I'm like, shit, I can't do anything.
Yeah.
But like, it's just getting the form, and we could use that for anything. Like, it's gonna be really hard to do things that are worth it, but like nothing easy is gonna be, or nothing
good comes easy.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I find it kind of interesting, but once we just keep working hard, like, it's gonna suck. Like, there's gonna be so much pain.
Exactly.
Like, you're sore for days, or like you're learning to fly on a simulator. I don't know why flying on a simulator is a thing, but if you're into that, like, you're gonna crash the plane a shit ton.
Yeah.
And like, even with this podcast, like, it took 2 hours, probably more, to set up and with difficulties to come, but we got through it. We're here.
Yeah.
We're talking. I mean, it works. Like, if you put work into stuff, it's gonna come. But it is discouraging when we do get bumped and like things don't go the way we want.
People, I mean, like, especially like little kids who like always are on their phones and stuff, they just like, it's like they want something, they have it, you know what I mean? Like, you want food, order it, you know what I mean? Like,
it's right there.
Like, you can, everything's kind of like at our fingertips now, and so people lose sense of like doing stuff to attain things, you know what I mean? Because they don't really have to do anything.
Yeah, because all the guys back in the 1620, whatever they did it for us. We don't need to anymore. But that's where I think people, like, we get stuck. It's like you can be comfortable, but you still gotta work. Like, you gotta grind. Like, I think balance is really key to everything. Like, you can booze, you could drink, I guess, booze and drink, you could smoke, you could do whatever the hell you want, as long as you find a healthy balance in between, you know? Because one side's not better than the other. Like, you can work, but you gotta rest too. Like, people get sucked into one side or the other, like Republicans or Democrats or whatever the two sides are, 3 or 4, whatever. But either side by themselves aren't good. They have to work with each other, like the yin and yang, working together to create that balance. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Balance is weird, though. You know how scales work?
Do you know, or are you asking?
I'm asking. I'm curious. I think it's something with like mass and weight, but I'm really not too sure.
Yeah, I think like the electronic ones, I have absolutely no clue.
Yeah, like you just step on it and it shows you your weight.
Yeah, so probably some like compression panel or something like that in there. I don't really understand how that works.
Yeah, there's some really smart people out there that get that stuff. That was like one of my teachers in high school was like, you know how to make a pencil? I'm like, no. Like, I don't know how to make a pencil. He's like, you think anyone knows how to make a pencil? I'm like, yeah, probably somewhere. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah. He's like, no. It takes like so much to make that pencil. Like, if one person could never make that pencil on their own, like, you got to get the lead, you got to mine the lead, you got to grab like all this shit to make this little pencil, like the eraser, the little metal thing. Like, there's so much that goes into it. I'm like, wow, yeah, you really can't make that pencil by yourself. You gotta. There's so many different people that like have to help in that, and that's well, I feel like I don't like two sides.
Yeah,
you know, like, why can't we just work together and like figure shit out?
I don't know, it doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that show, How Stuff's Made?
Yes, like years ago.
Yeah, have you seen? They have one where they do pencils. Have you seen?
Do they? No, I guess they do.
It's just like in a factory, and you just like watch it get like I can't even explain it. It's like so cool to watch because it's like such like a smooth process. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it just.
Oh, I think it was like at the end when they're sharpening them. Oh, it looks.
Like, wait,
really
they sharpen them there too?
Yeah, like I guess some of them.
Yeah, that'd be so cool.
Yeah,
that would be like a really fun show to work on. Just see how stuff's made.
Yeah, like go around with like a camera crew.
Yeah, just see. They gotta bring. Are they still making those?
I don't know. There's probably like some variation of it out there. You know what I mean? Maybe not the same one, but
someone's probably doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone somewhere. That's what's cool about the internet too. There's just so much stuff.
Ideas.
Yeah. But there's like, so how are we supposed to like find it or watch it? Yeah. You tell me. What would you take to a desert island? My phone and some Wi-Fi. Like, you'll be chilling forever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, a little hotspot.
Have you seen the show Lost?
Yeah.
That's a cool show.
Have you watched that recently?
No, I watched it a few years ago, but I think one of my friends started watching it, so I got reminded of it the
Yeah.
other day. That's a cool show, but like the ending just fucking sucks.
With the I'm gonna spoil it. If you haven't watched Lost yet, go watch it.
Yeah, we're doing you a favor, honestly, so you know what to expect.
Yeah. The first 4 seasons were good, but then when the smoke monster came in, I'm like, I don't know what's going on anymore.
And they start like time traveling, and it gets fucking crazy.
The Dharma.
But the first up until the last season, the show was amazing.
Yeah.
Like absolutely fantastic.
What do you think? Like, what was that? Was that like purgatory?
I don't know. They said that someone told me at one point that like the writers were like writing stuff for like that season and had no plan of like where it was going. They were just like kind of like, all right, we're just gonna keep coming up with cool ideas and then like figure it out at the end. And they got to the end, they're like,
shit,
this is way too much. Like
that's not good.
Like, I don't know, kind of tried to like tie it all together, but like it was pretty weird.
No.
It didn't really make a whole lot of sense.
No, yeah. I mean, like, I feel like for writing, at least, if you have the beginning and the end set, you could play around with the middle, have fun with it. But to not know where you're going, how the hell are you supposed to drive the story and like put plot there?
And I think why that bothers people probably. I think why that probably bothers people is because Lost is one of those shows where like they leave a lot of unanswered questions. You know what I mean? Like,
true.
Throughout the show, stuff's happening, and you're just like, what? Like, how the hell is this? Like, where is this from? And like, they do answer a bunch of them, but like, there's just so many like random ones at the end that you're like, what the hell was that? And like, if you ask the writers, they'd probably be like,
I don't know.
It seemed cool, so like we wrote it.
Put it in.
I mean?
Yeah, they're just going with that. I guess it's cool. They're just doing what was fun.
Yeah.
And like what they thought was interesting. That's why it was such a cool show, because it was just going where it wanted to go.
Which it was
which
really
also
cool
killed it
the
at the
season,
end.
Yeah. Have you ever? There's a show called like Wrecked or something like that. That's like
REKT.
No, like it's some like sploof of like of Lost, and it's like supposed to be funny.
Yeah.
But I've never seen it.
Nah, I haven't seen that either. That sounds pretty good though.
Yeah.
I like so I don't get if it was time travel, because I remember I saw it years ago. But so did they die on the plane crash the first time? And that was because like that was, I guess, a theory, and they were just in purgatory, like meeting each other.
No, I think they were like it was something about the island just like having like these ancient magical properties that was just like fucking around with stuff, but like they definitely were all there. I think at one point in the show they like planted like a fake plane in bodies for some like I don't know.
Oh, the government did that, right? So they could find it.
It was like
maybe it wasn't the government, but
some like foul play involved.
Yeah,
it was in all different fucking directions. That was a crazy show. It was like literally one of my favorite shows up until the last season, and even the last season was cool. It was just like at the end of it, it's like, what the hell?
Yeah. Oh, wait, that could be even worse than it was. Lucy, you gotta stop, please.
Yo, do you think I could take a piss real quick?
Yeah.
Where's the bathroom at?
Oh yeah, upstairs and then to the left. Sweet. Yeah, and then around. No problem. Sit. Oh. Lucy, sit. Please. She's got to chill. All right, we can't throw the ball to her anymore.
Yeah,
Because then she'll keep coming back. All right. Stop. Sit. 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 All right. Nice. We took a little intermission pee break.
Yeah.
Playing with the dog. She messed up the cameras. But when I'm at school, like, or my freshman year, am I really gonna say this? Yeah, whatever. The bathroom was so far, and when it was just late, I always drank water bottles. Oh, I'd take a piss right in the bottle.
My friend from school does that, and then he like dumps them out his window.
Oh, that's a different level.
They have one bathroom for 5 guys, and his room is upstairs, and he's just like, I'm not walking down all
too
the
far.
time. Yeah, so
Like, you gotta put your pants on, your shirt, like your shoes. It's just a lot.
It's a whole process.
And I could just go in my garbage can, take it out, pee in it a little bit.
Yeah.
The only bad part is, if I really had to go, like, I would need more than one bottle, and that would, that's mistake was made once, never again. Mm-hmm. When I really had to go, I'd go to the bathroom, but yeah, that's the window dumping is a little, a little extra.
Because,
yeah, I mean, what if someone was just like underneath him, and he's just dumping it out? Must have made the grass pretty yellow right below his window.
Yeah, probably. And he forgets that he like leaves the bottles in there. And, like, sometimes like people will like be in his room and he'll forget that he's just got like bottles of piss laying around.
Definitely can't leave them laying around. You gotta clean up after that. Oh my gosh.
I know someone who peed off a ski lift one time.
How?
I don't know. They said that like there was like no one else on the mountain, and like they were going up and they forgot to take a piss, and the lift stopped or whatever, and they were like stuck there for a while, and so eventually he just like pulled everything down, like twisted his body over the side.
God. Just peed out.
Yeah.
That's he must have really had to go. If you
you gotta be you gotta be pretty determined.
Yeah.
At that point.
That's like I feel like he's pretty high up. He's marking his territory high. Like that's everything below him is now his.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's seeing that from pretty far away.
Yeah. That's like the dogs. Like I'm walking them. Mm-hmm. They always piss everywhere. Like, are they talking to each other? Like,
I don't really know, man. Dogs just kind of mind their own.
They're marking their territory.
Yeah.
Like, saying like, "Fuck you, this is my land."
Yeah.
There's that one Family Guy episode where Brian was like at the top of Mount Everest.
Yeah.
And he took a piss like, I own the world. Like he won the game.
Yeah.
Maybe humans should start doing that. Just start peeing everywhere. Seeing.
Have you seen the clip of Brian yelling at the mailman in Family Guy?
No, I don't think
so. He's like, I forget what he does. It's like it's basically just with the concept of like dogs fucking with the mailman, and he comes down and he's like, "Fuck you!" like screaming at him. It's pretty funny.
There's some like dogs. I love them. They gotta calm down with the barking.
Yeah.
Like they see a squirrel, hear some wind. Maybe you don't need a bark at 5 in the morning.
My uncle's a beagle, and apparently beagles just are always fucking barking. It's got this like super high pitched like chirp almost, and it's just like nonstop screaming.
That sounds kind of miserable.
He's like everyone always tells me like when I say I have a beagle, like oh wow, they bark a lot. Like where the hell were all these people before I got this dog?
Yeah, right. Like, I've never heard that before. Like I thought they just had really floppy ears.
Yeah, I know. Beagles are fucking awesome otherwise, but probably they
don't they like hunt? Aren't they like hunters?
Yeah, he has come back to the house with like birds and like mice and stuff before. And it's just like,
okay,
thanks. Yeah,
thanks for the gift.
Yeah.
Do you think like dogs play fetch because they like it, or because we like give them positive reinforcement for it? You know, Because I don't know if Lucy actually likes playing fetch or she likes it because I like it. Or
I
she
think
thinks
they
I
like it because sometimes my dog will like run up and then like drop it quick and run back away real fast. Like I don't even have a chance to like do anything.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
All right, there. You're chilling with it. Sometimes when we don't throw it to her, she like runs around herself and then like dives on. I'm like, okay, if you really want to play that bad, you could just keep doing that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Does your dog like catching sticks?
Not really. Like I was telling you before, she likes eating rocks.
Yeah.
And you said yours does too. I don't know why, but I guess she doesn't really like. Well, if she gets a stick, she's gonna eat the stick.
Yeah, that's what my dog does. He likes catching sticks, but then he just like tries ripping them apart and eating it, and he's like chomping on it and stuff. And it's like, dude, like that's not food. You know? Like
they gotta have pretty sturdy teeth for that. Or
Mm-hmm.
I guess I don't like. We give them bones. I don't get how their teeth, like if we were gnawing on bones, I guess because they're wolves. They evolved from wolves.
Yeah, probably something like that.
But like that doesn't seem like that'd be good for any teeth.
Yeah. Well, I know like rodents and a lot of animals have to like be consistently like rats for sure, and like other animals like that, their teeth never stop growing.
What?
Yeah, so they like have to always be like chewing on like bones and shit to like saw them down, or else they get like really painful.
Shit.
But it's like their fangs, I think.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That those fuckers can chew through anything.
Yeah, rats are fucking. I mean, that's probably why their teeth are always regenerating.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, no.
Ew.
And you can see there's like pictures of rats, and they like their fangs grow to the point where they can't control them anymore, and then they just like start wrapping around and like fucking them up. It's pretty fucked.
Yeah, that's like do all rodents do that? You think? Like the little rodent from Kim Possible, you know how he has the.
Yeah. I'd bet he does it.
He definitely does it.
Sure.
If like you had one of those as a pet, like, do you know anyone that has one of those like bald rat things?
Oh,
I don't even know what they're called. Like they're disgusting. How could you love that? Like dogs, yeah, they're fluffy, they're adorable, but it just
it's like
literally,
skin.
Yeah, that thing gives diseases. Like that killed our ancestors. Like how are you loving that thing?
I know some people at school who had guinea pigs, and they like didn't even realize that one was pregnant because they had a guy and a girl, and then it just gave birth to like a fuckload of like little baby guinea pigs.
Did they keep them all?
Last time I heard about it, they had kept them, but I don't know. You never know. They might give them to like their friends or something.
Yeah, I'd hope so. That's a lot of guinea pigs.
Yeah, they have like 8 now, and that's like a shitload of guinea pigs to like maintain and feed and stuff.
Yeah,
like
it's a lot of hay. I mean,
6 cages.
They have 6 cages.
Well, right now they're all like in the same one.
Oh
because
my
it's
gosh.
like
Yeah, you probably have to get a bigger one.
Yeah, exactly.
Cage
You have like 6 little babies running around. That's insane.
They're like actually raising a family.
Yeah,
by themselves.
It's insane.
I don't have guinea pigs survived in the like wild. Like I feel like
I guess at some point, but I have a feeling they're one of those pets that's been like really like domesticated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like bred to just kind of lay there and
chill.
eat all day.
Eat a cage all day.
Yeah.
That's
hang out.
I don't think I'd want to be a guinea pig. Like I'd be like a dog or a cat. But like a guinea pig, you're just
cages just suck. Yeah.
Cages do suck. We got to stop cage. That's zoos and aquariums. Cool, I get to see them, but now we got the internet. We don't need these fucking zoos and aquariums. Like it's so sad.
I went on the Philadelphia Zoo website at one point, and they had like a snow leopard. And snow leopards are like highly, highly, highly endangered and need like, because they need like 10 miles of space per one because they're like territorial, and like that's the amount of space in the Arctic that they like roam and hunt and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, fuck the Philadelphia Zoo for like having this dude like caged up when he could be like dominating 10 square miles of Arctic.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my gosh. You watched that Arctic David Attenborough Netflix thing?
I saw the Planet Earth episode.
Yeah,
that's I don't know if I've seen Frozen. Actually, I might have seen Frozen.
I feel like they're all the same, just different animals. But like it's so beautiful to see them in nature, like doing their thing. Like that snow leopard deserves its 10 miles or however the hell it needs.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it can't be in a cage.
Like,
Someone's got to get on. Like, I think at this point, we can't, like, shut down all zoos, but they could stop getting new animals.
Yeah.
Be like, these are the last ones. Like, we'll keep, I don't know, maybe they could use the zoos as, because you can't just abandon the zoos. What could they use the zoos for? Like, after all the animals are gone. Like, that's a lot of space and land. Like, they could do anything with that. Redevelop, make it a skate park. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, do anything.
Because that's just like a bunch of like walkways and like space, like like holes in the ground and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I bet someone would be like really fucking creative with that.
Someone could do something.
Yeah.
They should do like each zoo should have like a competition and be like, all right, once we shut down, what should we do with it? And it could be like a community thing. They can make it a park or do something with it for the community. Because like, those animals what if we were in cages? Like the monkeys are in the Stone Age.
Yeah.
Like we can't put them in cages anymore.
Yeah.
They should just be roaming free. And we're just killing, like in Texas, there's more tigers there than the rest of the world. Like that's so sad. In Texas as pets.
Yeah, there's 2 white rhinos left in the world now, and they're both female.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Where are they? Just like, are they still in the nature?
No, I think they're in captivity somewhere.
Damn. That's nuts. It's just the cycles of life.
Yeah.
Like I feel like shit always went extinct. Like the Sahara was the water with all those. I want to see what those creatures look like. They said they had the biggest like sea creatures.
Yeah.
And then now it's a fucking desert. Like the world's so malleable to change. Like anything could happen so fast. Like meteors could come down, kill us like those dinosaurs, and we have nothing to stop them. Yeah. Like we have nothing, and no one's looking into it.
We're not in the driver's seat at all.
No, there could be a comet comes right now, or I don't know if comet's the right word for it, or but comet or asteroid, just fucking fuck us up, just bop us. We'd be dead, and we'd be like, oh, there's a asteroid coming to hit us.
Nothing we could do about it.
All right, see you guys. Like, what would you? Yeah, we got to start looking. I mean, I don't know how to stop an asteroid.
Yeah.
Maybe get like a
fire bomb at it or something.
Yeah, just throw nukes at it.
Or we're gonna get dinosaured.
We are gonna get dinosaured. Yeah. That's what I'm feeling like happens over and over again in history. Like I think, like the Egyptians, how they built those pyramids.
Aliens, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, I don't know if you know Andrew G. Russo, but he's
Love
like,
that kid.
He's like so into that. Like he's like always going on about aliens. And
yeah.
Like,
I want to talk to him at some point about it. I was telling him, I'm like, we gotta talk about aliens.
Yeah.
Because I know he studies like he goes
into like depth. Takes notes on them and stuff.
Yeah,
he's
I gotta get him.
Love
I gotta
aliens.
talk with him. But I have a weird theory about these aliens. I think they're not aliens.
Yeah.
I think they're humans from the future. And that sounds like a crazy claim, but I got to stop throwing this ball to Lucy because she keeps coming back, but it's so natural. It's just like second habit. She puts it right in my hands. But yeah, it's such a crazy claim, and I have nothing to back it but my own thoughts and theories. But I'll tell you my mindset of why I think that. So I think the world, like, we'll go into time. This shit's crazy. Do you look into this stuff?
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking nuts. Like, so time, I'm looking into it, and there's just so much. I don't know which way I want to go with it, because time, I'm going to say, I think it's, the past is the past. It's been done. The future is also done. It's like the script. The end is done, like, because I don't believe in free will. Because everything, my past and my genetic makeup and my experiences make me act the way I do. So, like, me doing what I'm doing right now, thinking, is because of everything that's happened to me in the past. Say, like, I hop into your body or any other people's body at any point in time. I don't think I would make any other decision or have any other thought than they're having in that moment. Because if I have their genes, their genetics, their memories, their history, everything, like, I'm going to make the same decision, you know?
Yeah.
So I kind of think of it like that, like our past determines our future.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like in philosophy, it's like I think it's a deterministic viewpoint. But yeah, so I think everything's pre-planned. Like the past dictates our future, and the future. So time is not like a straight line the way we think of it. It's very like it bends. Here, let me see if I can get this graphic up of the monkey. Yeah, I also don't think gravity is real, but that's another thing. See, I don't even know if I could show this. That's not what I want. Gravity field. So it's for people that aren't watching, I'm pulling up it's the grid. So it's this grid thing. See how like time, it's so hard. Like I don't understand the quantum mechanics of it. That's why I want to talk to a physics teacher about this shit, because I kind of just get the ideas of it. But so this is a bad example, whatever. I'll just move on from that. But so the way time is fixed. Mm-hmm. And if we're in the future, like, so these aliens, we'll call them, they came down to like Africa, like years ago, 20 years ago, plop down midday, literally in a UFO, come out to an African school. I think it was Tanzania or some shit. One of the I don't know what they call it in Africa. And they just walk out of the ship. All the students and teachers come outside, look at the stereotypical gray, big eyes, no nose, small mouth, no ears. Well, I guess slits for nose like Voldemort. Voldemort. But like the stereotypical aliens in like a weird space kind of suit. Yeah. You know what they fucking are. It's like tight. I think they were black. And these aliens start communicating with some of the kids telepathically. Not all of them, some of them. And warn them about technology and the future. Like, why would an alien warn us about the future and technology? And that's just one case, because I think these aliens, like, they look like us.
Yeah.
They're us evolved. Like, if we do go with technology and keep doing these microchips or neurolinks or whatever they're called, it makes sense that if we rely on technology more, we won't use our bodies. Our bodies will get smaller. Our minds will get bigger. Yeah. Our eyes will be bigger to receive more. Like our mouths would shrink because we're not talking anymore. We don't need our ears because we can communicate through the links.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like it all lines up. Yeah. And if it is crazy that much far in the future, these people, could be our grandkids. I don't fucking know how quick technology changes. But they could come back. Maybe some shit happens in the future, like Terminator. I don't know. And they come back, and they just try to warn us. But that creates like a loop, like a time loop. Because you can't come back to the past from the future, because the future's already, the future's already set. So when you come back to the past, it creates like a circle loop, and then you're stuck in the loop. I don't know. Have you seen Dark?
No, it's
the Netflix show.
Movie.
It's a German show. You gotta watch it. It's all about time, and it's about that loop. I don't want to spoil anything. I really recommend watching Dark in German with subtitles.
In German?
You gotta watch it. The English version's not good. English version shit. Because like the voices, they don't match up. So like it takes a little bit of time to get used to reading. But it's like with that any show, like you're gonna get used to it. But it's so good. But yeah, it's like I was playing that record player yesterday, and it got caught in a loop. Like, it goes, it was Abbey Road's like the Beatles. It's like, because it got caught in that groove. And that's kind of what I think, like, time is when you go back to fuck with it. Like, you just created a loop, and you're stuck in that loop. And you need something to break that loop so time can get back on course. Because, like, that loop is now separate from everything else. Like, you're in that loop for eternity until someone could get out of it and kick you back or give the record player a little push so it can get back on track and finish its beautiful song. that's already been created, that's already happened. Like, what do you think? Do you think that's
cool?
I don't know. It's just a theory.
Yeah.
Just thoughts, but it kind of makes sense to me, at least.
Yeah.
What do you?
I agree.
Do you think they're aliens, or do you think they're little time travelers?
Something like that, man. Have you seen the video that the U.S. government released or whatever? And it was like
The Tic Tac.
It was like of an unidentified flying
The Tic Tac.
And it just flies by, and they're just like, "What the hell is that?"
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, aliens are real.
They didn't even know what it was.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Do you think that could have been like another country that just surpassed?
I was like watching something online, and it was just like there's just no way that something that another country was making could go that fast.
Yeah.
As far as we know.
Far as we know.
Yeah, maybe we're being oppressed and don't know anything.
Right? Yeah. I mean, because it's like the stealth bomber, right?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't they no one knew we had that technology because it was like secret. It was classified, and they would just, there's something like that. But that Tic Tac thing, I think because it uses different propulsions.
Mm-hmm.
That's like that whole Bob Lazar thing. Have you listened to that?
Yeah. Did you listen to the one with Joe Rogan?
Crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy.
that's a great listen.
It's crazy. If people haven't heard of Bob Lazar,
watch his podcast with Rogan.
watch it.
There's amazing
Documentary on Netflix also.
I heard the documentary wasn't as good, but I never saw it.
Documentary as a film, like viewing it from a film, shit. It was honestly, I could have done a better job.
Good content though.
The content was awesome, and the people behind it, the guy who made it, no, I'm not shitting on him. Like, the guy who made it also was on the Bob Lazar podcast talking another time because they did a few. But he was on it. He made it. He did so much work and research on it. Like, he's been working. There's the journalists, too, who have been literally spending their lives. I wish I knew their names, but they literally spent their lives to crack this, and no one has believed them for 50 years. And now all this shit that they've been saying is coming true, like the Element 115.
Yeah.
The different propulsions, and everyone's like, dude, you're a fucking loon. People like would threaten this guy and come to his house and literally torture him. And it's real. Like, he sacrificed his life for the knowledge of the rest of the world. It's nuts.
I think there's probably so much like top secret shit going on that we just have no idea about.
They're never gonna tell us.
I think we're totally in, like, I think with like technology and like the emergence of like easily accessible information and stuff, I think there was a dramatic jump. I mean, maybe it was always like this, but I think there's a dramatic jump, and I think we don't know fucking shit anymore.
Yeah.
Like, there's just like probably so much going on that we have no idea about. Because like, you look at like politics and politicians saying shit. There's no way that like these fucking people are the ones actually making decisions. Like, these, like,
they're idiots.
They have no idea.
They're idiots.
Someone's just cutting them a fat check and giving them a script.
Little
and, like,
puppet master controlling these puppets. I mean, it's honestly, it's kind of sad that our democracies come to just people that want power and will do anything. Lie, cheat, steal.
Yeah, people who are willing to take a check to do whatever, you know what I mean?
And these big businesses are just paying them money so they could destroy our environment, like, so that they could make more money. Like, they just passed in the COVID bill, like a COVID bill, like thousands of pages long or whatever, how long it was. And in it was like, all right, FBI, CIA, and other intelligence units have to tell the Senate about everything they know about UFOs in 180 days in a COVID bill. Like, what? How does that make any sense? They get shit done, so they slam all these things and hope the public doesn't see it. It's corrupt.
The last COVID bill was something like $900 billion, like some like ridiculous figure. And like, if you added up all the money that actually went to stimulus checks, it was just like nothing, like less than a third.
It makes no sense. Like, where is that money going? Maybe some, I don't know, other countries giving us oil. I don't know. Maybe the wars we're fighting in that we hear nothing about and just kill innocent people. You know, that's fine as long as the politicians get their money.
I think a huge chunk went to military spending.
Yeah. Oh, I bet, because we need the military right now. Yeah. Like, what? It makes it. They're not telling us something, and they could either say it's to protect us, because I do think you need secrets. Like, obviously, the government can't tell us everything. Like, that's fine. You need to keep your secrets. But that doesn't mean they could just bamboozle us and not tell us anything and classify things that the public should actually know and hide what they're doing.
There's a quarter of military spending, like I think it's at 24%, that is completely unaccounted for. Like people in the military are just like, we don't know where this money went.
Yeah.
Like, whereas you might be like, oh, 24% is not that much, but like when it's of like a multi-fucking trillion-dollar military budget, it's like comes out to a few $100 billion. Yeah. You know what I mean? Of just money that they're like, oops, like we lost it.
We don't know.
Like what the hell is that? like that's ridiculous.
It's so scummy. And just like the whole thing, the government is there to serve the people. Like, they're there to serve. We're not serving them. Like, they get their paychecks during this whole COVID thing. It doesn't matter what they do. They're still getting paid, but the rest of the world is closing stores. Like, I was in a thrift store the other day in Montclair, and this lady, empty, like, everything was full. It was packed. This lady was in there by herself, no one in the store, small place, and we were just talking, and she's like, please give me 5 stars on Google. Like, we need it to stay open. Like, people are suffering. And these government politicians are still getting their paychecks.
And they signed a $900 billion bill to help people that gave less than a third of that money to actually helping people.
Makes no sense. Why can't they take that 24% of the military government, or even 1%, and give it back to the people that they're serving when we need it? Like, we're going to see after this, probably, I don't want to say Great Depression, but look at it. People
no bueno.
No bueno.
Not doing good.
The middle class is smaller than it ever has been. The richer, Lucy, get down. Sit. Yeah, the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer, and the middle is fading away. We got to bring back that middle, because it's not great.
And there's just nothing getting done.
Nothing.
Like you were saying earlier, you hate like the us-them mentality, but that's just all it's come down to. It's like literally bullshit. Like politics, like the meaning of the word politics has come to mean like random bullshit. You know what I mean? That like random bickering.
Like it's literally just, it's like, I think it's kind of funny. It seems like sports. It's like, I'm a Giants fan, you're a Broncos fan. It like, we'll die for our team. Yeah. Like, I don't give a shit if, like, if what's it called? If everyone says Danny Jones sucks. Yeah. I'm still going to love Danny Jones, and I will defend him for his life. And the same people will do same thing for other teams. And it's like Democrats and Republicans, it's like you're playing for a fucking team. Yeah. Like it's not a game. This is our lives.
People just don't give a shit about actually making things better. Yeah.
But it's hard because everyone's just like, it's hard to understand politics. I don't understand politics. It makes no sense. But for a normal person, like, you see something and be like, oh, they seem like a good person. I'm going to go for that. And be like, oh, that's bad. I'm going to go against that. From either side. I'm middle. Like, I don't identify with one or the other. But it's just easy to see something and be like, this is the right thing to do. I want to do good, because everyone wants to do good. Like, if you don't, like, there's people out there. But most people want to do good. And they say, oh, this could help. I think this is doing good. But in the end, it's just fucking propaganda. Like,
that's not actually like
it's not.
Going
yeah,
on.
look
like,
what's happening. But
like,
it's
thanks
hard.
for your vote. Like, fuck you. Like,
see ya.
Don't need you anymore.
Yeah, thanks for the power. Yeah. Like, but it is kind of what it is. Because look who owns the media. Like, who's giving us the information. Look at the hand who's feeding you. Yeah. It's the same big business. Like, I'm not gonna call out, you know what, companies or anything, but there's news companies that brought to law or brought to court because they're like not, because the whole point of the media is they're supposed to be the fourth estate for the government. They're supposed to be the eyes of the government, making sure they're doing everything and report it to the people. But when you have the government, like, there's the guy in Obama's administration, the head of security, who was with all the Snowden stuff going on with all the security. He went on court, and they asked him like, "Are you surveilling people?" Like pretty much asking like, "Are you surveilling people?" And he was like, "No, not without, no, not of my knowledge," or some shit like that. Like he literally lied to the world in court. Nothing happened. You know where that guy is now? Fucking, he works at CNN. He's a big guy at CNN. I'm pretty sure the last time I checked, that was right. Someone, look it up, and it's probably true, which is fucked.
And every time I see something on the news that's like something that I've like read up on or like I'm educated about, and I can like tell that they're like skewing things, I'm like, all right, they're making it like what's going on, and it's like they're making it seem like this, but like in reality, because I know that it's like this, you know what I mean?
It's
like,
biased.
Yeah, and they're not like lying, but it's like certainly like giving you, like feeding you a certain belief, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what annoys me more about that like us them mentality is that like Democrats and Republicans both are like they're the person doing it, you know what I mean? And it's like Republicans will swear by Fox, Democrats will swear by CNN. It's like they both suck. Like acknowledge that like they both suck.
They're
you know what I mean?
They're feeding you what you want to hear.
Exactly.
It's the same shit as the algorithms on like the Social Dilemma, like where they dived into.
Great movie.
Yeah, they show you what you want to see because it makes them money. It's not because it's evil. Like the software is not evil. It's us.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
the way we use it.
The way we use it. It's like, that's what I say with drugs too and everything. It's the balance. It's not the drug that's bad. It's not the algorithm that's bad. It's how we use them.
Yeah,
it makes no sense that, because if you like violence and you keep going on your phone to like go on Twitter rants, like they're going to keep showing you shit that makes you mad. Like they're not going to show you what you want to be because you're not going to go on your phone more. And it's the same with the news. They feed you what it's like confirmation bias, what you want to hear, because you're like, oh, I'm doing the right thing. And then you go to the other source to see the other side, and they're feeding their audience that shit, and then that's why they don't like each other. But it's just shit, because that's what I was saying about the media company that was going to court, because they are supposed to report the news, but that doesn't make money all the time. What makes money is controversy. Hate. There's a saying for it. I forgot what it was though. Oh, if it bleeds, it leads. Like I go to Syracuse, and for one of my journalism classes, like the first thing we learned is just, if it bleeds, it leads. If it's violence, if there's controversy, people are gonna click it. People are gonna go to it. Yeah. Like these kids, that's what is being taught to us. Yeah. We are being taught to make money. We live in a world where everyone just wants to make money. Yeah. But like the 7 deadly sins, like greed, is a pitfall of humanity, and that's what we're falling into. Yeah.
And I was reading something the other day that was talking about like basically the concept of like everyone's brain is like more or less operating at the same capacity, just in their specific given circumstances. Kind of like what you were saying before, you know what I mean? Like you're born a certain way into certain circumstances that, you know, right off the bat when you're born, like you're not any different than any other baby, you know what I mean? But like
just a baby.
The circumstances you're in lead you to become the person you are and make decisions. And so like everyone thinks that like they're doing the right thing, you know what I mean? Like everyone, like no one goes out, you know, people generally want good, like you're saying. People don't really go out and say like, all right, like I want to like do things that are bad, you know what I mean? Even like people like Hitler probably thought he was doing the right thing. You know what I mean? Even though he was committing like absolute atrocities. And it's like people forget that, you know, like people think that like everyone's like trying to do the wrong thing, but like people are just doing what they think is right based on their past experiences and circumstances.
Yeah, you're the own hero of your story.
Yeah, exactly.
Know? They just that's what they know though. But I think now we have technology, like we could see. We could learn from others. Like that's why I love movies so much. Yeah. Because there's lessons in movies. Like these characters suffer, so we don't have to. Yeah. You know, we could watch them and learn from them. So we don't do it in our own life. But there's some things in life like you gotta learn from yourself. But like if you have the tools to like bounce back up, it's gonna be much easier. Like if you know, oh, someone else did this. This is where they failed. Okay, let me try something else. And like try to make it a little better.
Yeah, have you seen Anchorman?
Oh yeah, love Anchorman.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
It's so good.
It kind of just like just blatantly mocks like the media industry and like actually like when he's like, let's just not even tell them real news. Like, let's just like tell people funny stuff that they want to hear and we'll make money. And then like there's like the whole shift in the movie of like all the other news stations doing that because it gets viewership, and it's literally just like, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
Like, that is literally what happened. It's like, let's not actually tell them what's going on. Let's just like
fuck with them.
Yeah, exactly. Like whatever gets people watching.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
it was a great movie too. It's funny as shit.
Fantastic.
Did a great job at like showing that.
Sequel was amazing too. That's one of those movies where they did not miss on the second movie. It was just as funny.
He throws the Sex Panther in the air like during the fight scene.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
The fight scene is actually like, it just escalates from like this like fist fight between a couple dudes, and then there's just like spears and guns and like 100 people. Like, it's
so funny. Like, that was so creative. Good for the people who fucking wrote that shit.
It's kind of like in a different way in Family Guy when they do the scenes where like Peter gets into a fight with the bird.
Yeah.
Just, like, beat the crap out of each other for like 10 minutes.
It's so good. Oh my gosh. But, well, fuck. We were going on about, the news though. They just, but like how it's hard, because we see there's wrong, but it's hard for one person to just be like, okay, one news source just be like, all right, we're not going to do this anymore. Yeah. And then it's like, okay, well, you're not going to make money. See ya.
Yeah, exactly.
And like, how is good news supposed to thrive when all the money's being made because no one's looking at it?
And it's like, it's like, it's hard to break that cycle because it's designed to not be broken. You know what I mean? It's designed to like keep you coming back. And like, if anyone who like actually has like taken journalism classes, like honestly, I think that should be like core curriculum, because I took one journalism class in high school, and just based on that, I can like watch certain like news sources and be like, all right, this, and this is like what's wrong with like what they're doing and how they're presenting information. And it's like, all those people went to like journalism school, like, and I took one class. You know what I mean? And like,
you could say
they totally are like have their credentials to work here, and they're like knowingly committing like journalistic malpractice because it makes more money. You know what I mean? Like they don't give a fuck.
And
like,
they fool us.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
we're stupid. Like the people are stupid. Like, we need to start questioning everything. Question everything. And I think we'll find more, because like I took a Truth and Perspective class, probably one of the best classes I've ever taken. Shout out to Mrs. Caldwell at Morristown Baird. She's awesome. She was the sweetest lady. Like, she was the best person to teach this class, because she understood the other side. And that was the whole point of what she tried to teach in that class is, here's the story. Yeah. She would show, oh my gosh, it was so powerful. We looked at like the death sentence. We looked at like rape cases. Did you hear about that this guy swimmer at college, like rapes a girl, and he's on this team and like he gets off the hook or something. And we looked at the case. She showed us the girl's point of view first. Then I don't remember the order, but a specific order to make us question, like the first story we heard, like that's the truth. Like that's what happened. And then you see the other side, and you're like, oh, so maybe I think she showed us his story first. And you're like, oh, he didn't do anything wrong. And then you see her story, and you're like, holy shit, this guy is fucked up. Like, but because if you only heard the first story, you're like, that guy's innocent. Yeah. And if you only heard her story, you'd be like, that guy should be in prison for the rest of his life. Yeah. But you need different perspectives to get the whole story. Like,
and it's the same story.
It's the same story.
Yeah. So like, that's what news sources essentially do. It's like they give you that part of the story because it's going to get you riled up and like behind something. You know what I mean? It's not going to get you to actually like have to use your own brain to like piece apart an issue.
Like when you thought about it, like you knew that topic when you read it in the news, and you're like, that's bullshit. Yeah. Because you knew it. Yeah. You knew the story, and you could see. So when people if people start looking and being like, this kind of seems weird, it's probably because it's fucking weird. There's something fishy there. Look more into it.
And people are like, oh, it's the news. Like they know.
Must
you know
be true. Yeah, exactly. It's the news.
I read this book for an economics class this semester, and it was called Good Economics for Hard Times. And it was written by two professors at MIT, and it kind of examined like a bunch of polarizing political issues of today through like their lens as like Nobel Prize winning economists. Yeah. And it just like basically was saying like all that banter and politics is just bullshit. Here are the facts, like, and you can draw your own inferences, but like this is what we think based on the facts and studies, and like it just analyzes things like rationally, and it, like
that's nice.
Yeah, like and I read that and I'm like, why aren't these people making decisions? Like, why are like fucking people who are just willing to take checks? Like,
so monkeys in suits are making all our decisions for us.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
So stupid. It's sad. Like, I don't get, like, why can't we?
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, this is just the way it has always been.
Yeah.
Well, shit changes. Like, adapt or die. Strongest of the fittest isn't actually the strongest survive. It's the people that can, like, the animals that could adapt to their environment and thrive. Yeah. Not the strongest ones.
When people are, like, advocate for reform of certain, like, different, like, things or whatever, and I'm like, that shouldn't really be a thing, you know what I mean? Like, we should always be reforming everything, you know what I mean? Like, the fact that, like, we still, like, teach kids in school and, like, operate our prison systems and stuff like we've been doing for, like, 100 years when, like, the world is totally, totally different. Like, the hell is that?
We get new iPhones every year. Like, everyone's like, oh, I have the 10, and it's like, like oh, it's out of date.
Yeah, we could put a person on the moon, but we're still, like, putting we allegedly
put someone on the moon,
put things in outer space, and then like we still like teach kids by putting them in rows and like
makes no sense,
training them to work for the rest of their life.
That may have worked back then for the Industrial Revolution, where kids needed to do that to survive. Like, that's what the jobs were. Like, you go here, this is what you do, and that worked. But now we're in a time where we don't, like, we're not set up like fucking robots. Like, we're humans. Everyone's different. Everyone's individual. That's why I think for school systems, we need to completely reform it and start teaching kids when they're young, when their minds are malleable, to be yourself. Because, like, honestly, that's where most of the problems in our world come from, is that people aren't happy with themselves. They don't know who they are. And, like, we never will know who we are. But we have to enjoy life and live it.
We have to teach. I feel like we have to teach kids how to, like, be good thinkers and, like, people and, like, understand things rather than, like, teach them math and science, because it's what's gonna, like, make them smart. You know what I mean, I feel like, you know, earlier I said everyone's brain more or less is operating at the same capacity, doing different things. And it's like, if that's true, then everyone's more or less just as smart as everyone else, just in different ways. You know what I mean? Like, their brain operates better in certain ways, and then, like, they go to school and it's like, all right, if you're not good at math and science, like, you're dumb. You know what I mean?
C, D,
exactly.
F.
Like, and it's like, that kid is probably, like, amazing at something that they would, like, love and, like, work hard at, and, like, could help change the world, and, like, it's gonna go undiscovered. And that's happening for, like, just every kid ever. You know what I mean? And it's like, all right, if you're good at math and science, it's like, congrats, like, you win how the education system.
You get an
A.
A.
Yeah,
like what?
It's bullshit. Like, people graduate from high school knowing how to do, like, random equations and stuff, and they don't know how to, like, be a good person and, like do things that are, like,
taxes.
Yeah, exactly.
Teach me how to live.
Exactly.
Like, don't teach me.
Like, teach people how to, like, be a person. Like, education shouldn't just be about, like, numbers and
I guess because it's like problem solving. Like, they say in math, like, oh, you're not doing this, like, you're not going to use the math, you'll use it for problem solving, which is, like, I guess, but I think
that's,
like,
the best way to do it. Like, you can't, like, come up
other
with a
ways.
real world example.
When we're young, though, it's like, I really think that time in, like, the preschool, kindergarten, first grade, elementary school, they should be teaching, like, kids, I don't know if the whole time, maybe some, like, you teach them stuff, like, general stuff, so they could find what they're interested in. And then you let them go what they're interested to. Because, like, the kid who's sitting in class tapping his fucking foot, he wants to go outside. Like, he's not listening to anything you're saying. So let him go outside. Let him play, and he'll find his thing. Because not, like you're saying, not everyone's the same. Like, we start, like, the same frequency, but based on our genetics and what we experience, we grow and become a person. Like, because when you're just finding everything.
And it's like, would I know the best way to, like, the best balance between, like, guiding a kid and, like, having them learn on their own and, like, how all that works? Like, no, but I bet there's people with, like, PhDs in child psychology that, like, would be really good at that, but they're not the ones making decisions for some reason. Like,
it's just people in power. That's like, if we start now with the internet, we can connect. I don't get why the politicians don't connect with these people.
Yeah.
Like that know about it. Because they're just making it from their perspective. Like they're not, I'm assuming this, but if they actually were taking these people, like the child psychologist or whatever, and saying, all right, let's try to reform the education system.
Yeah.
Like, what could we do? And they actually listen and try to work with it. Because, like, the government throws out, like, I think it was the Clinton Act, where they're trying to help, like, reform, like, help homeless people, people experiencing homelessness. And they just did, like, this bullshit class. They threw together a class where it didn't actually help the people, but it shows on paper, like, hey, we did something to help.
Yeah.
No, you fucking didn't. You just did something to make it look like you helped.
Yeah.
But if you actually wanted to help, it would take time, work, and money, which these politicians don't want to do. They just want the instant results.
Which is crazy because like with welfare, it's like, all right, people are like poor and homeless and like need support. Here's money. Like, and it's like, if you actually cared and could like set up a system where it's like, okay, we're not going to give you money to do whatever you want with, but here's affordable like housing and like
we'll help you.
Yeah, like we'll give you like even like you could make it free. You know how dirt cheap you could make like housing and food if you like government sourced it. Like
we see it
makes no sense.
In NY with the outdoor restaurants.
Yeah,
they did that shit so quick.
Exactly.
So quick.
Like and it's like no, we're just gonna give them money because we don't want to actually think all of that logistics of that through. You know what I mean?
And that's like the there's this great guy in Syracuse who runs. Oh, I wish I remember the name, but he was once homeless. What was his name? He runs like all. There's a piece on. I wish. Damn it! Now I wish I knew his name. But his whole thing, he was homeless. He tells Lucy, Lucy, get down. Come on. Lucy. Sit.
Oh, she's going for the Y.
She wants the Y. She likes it. She wants to cheer it. Lucy, sit. Come on. Sit.
Wait.
What?
I got our ball.
Oh.
Go get it.
Go get it. Go get your ball. Sit. Come on. Lucy, down. I don't want to put you upstairs. Come on. Ah, damn it. I'll check that. See if yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, so he was once homeless, and he tells us his story, like, because when we see homeless people, like most people see homeless people on the street, it's like, oh, they fucked up, they're into drugs, like it's their fault. But most of the people that are homeless have suffered from mental illness, like went down the wrong path.
War veterans.
Yeah, war veterans, people that have been left on the street to fend for themselves. Like, we shouldn't just saying it's their fault. We should be reaching out our arms and saying, okay, how can we actually do change? And that's what this guy is doing. And that's why he says we shouldn't call it homeless people. It's people experience homeless, because they're not, what defines them isn't that they're homeless. They're still people. They're just, right now, they're not in, they don't have a place to live.
Yeah.
And it's so sad.
Yeah, that's kind of like, when you consider what I was saying earlier about like everyone more or less has like the same brain operating in their specific circumstances. It's like those people are still people who have a brain that operates a lot like yours and everyone else's. They just were put in certain circumstances that led them down a life that resulted in that, and that's very unfortunate. You know what I mean?
We just leave them there. And
Yeah.
it's like we were saying before. It's like your life is already set.
Yeah.
Like if I was in the homeless person, I'm just gonna call him a homeless person because it's easier to say, but that homeless person's shoes, I would have went down the same path. You would have too. Like, and it's the same with like drug cartels. These guys that are like carrying like say the cocaine from Mexico to the U.S. It's the only life they have. They live in poor little shanty towns where the only work that they could actually make money and provide for their family is carrying these drugs for these cartels. And where does that all stem from? Because these cartels are there making money because drugs aren't legal here. There's always going to be a market for drugs. So that's why I'm so happy Oregon is legalizing them, and we should work like what Sweden's doing, and they reform their prison system.
Yeah.
Like you see that? They're doing their like what do you it's the what's it called? Instead of like prison, it's like a rehab center.
Yeah, exactly.
To help them learn.
It's like the rate of repeat offenders in the United States is like in the 80s, I think. Yeah. It's like people get out of jail and then it's like a ticking time bomb for when they get back. And it's like, how are we just looking at that and being like, this is okay?
Yeah.
Like, it's the point of jail is to not have you want to go back.
Exactly.
So clearly, if like 80% of prisoners repeat, it's not working.
Yeah, something's off there.
Like not working at all whatsoever. It's like and it's because the prison industry is like there's private prisons, you know what I mean?
Making money off it.
Yeah, exactly. When things are able to be monetized, they go to shit because people stop caring about doing them well, and they
just care about the money.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all about, and we see that everywhere, and that's why like people sell out.
Mm-hmm.
You're fucking selling out. Like, do what you love, but money is always, and it's hard to deny it. Like, but these prison systems, I think it's like they have to be 90% full at all time, and then they're just getting people on the street for like an ounce of weed, but they're doing it in communities without people that could defend it, like with lawyers and shit. Because if they did that in like a wealthy town, people will be like, "Ha, fuck you, I'm not going to jail," because they'll spend money so they don't go in jail. And the people that can't do that are the less off people, so they're just getting them off the streets, over policing these poor communities, and literally just sending them to jail, and it just keeps the cycle going of poverty.
There's like this organization called the Last Prisoner Project, and they basically try to help people with nonviolent cannabis crimes who are like in prison. And a lot of the stories of the people that they advocate for their release and stuff, it's like, all right, yeah, this person got caught selling like a gram of weed in 1960 whatever, and he's been in jail ever since. And it's like we have prisons filled with people who are like in there because like they had a joint on them. Like,
something that's going to be legal in like very soon everywhere.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, like go to a prison and like they're literally just designed to keep you in.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
to
like,
make money.
Coming back.
And that's why some people don't want to change it, because the people in power just keep making money off this shit. They're like, I don't see anything wrong with it. You know, we're chilling.
Have you ever seen the Mark Zuckerberg trial in front of the Senate?
I didn't watch it, but I saw some pictures where he looks like a freaking robot.
Yeah,
like
he is a robot.
That guy's weird as shit.
But they like like some of the older senators were asking questions that were like absolutely ridiculous. Like they're interviewing about like Facebook and its privacy, whatever. And one of the senators was like, "Mr. Zuckerberg, like, how is it that Facebook is able to raise revenue when people don't pay for it?" And Mark Zuckerberg was like, ads. And he was like, okay. And it's like, how do you like how are you going into a meeting like that, like as like a senator, someone who's like making decisions on behalf of 350 million people, and like, you know what you're interviewing him about, like, you know that, like, and you go into it like how like
an idiot.
What like it makes no sense. And then like, yeah, that guy's gonna like tell me how I should like live my life and how the country should be run.
Right. That's, I'm saying, oh, government's not gonna like this. Less government. The government is supposed to help the people. Like they serve the people. They're there for us so we can live better.
Yeah.
But right now, it's not working like that. So what I've been thinking is, we need the third party to rise up and find the balance between the Republicans and the Democrats. Yeah. If the Libertarian Party actually finds someone that had a level head and promoted them, like say it was a big name person, say it was Oprah. I would love Oprah as president.
Yeah.
If Oprah was the Libertarian Party, she would have won this year.
Yeah.
Everyone
loves Oprah.
Everyone loves Oprah. Yeah. But we need that middle party. I mean, it's not going to happen quickly. Like, it's going to take time. But we need a third party or something to even out the two sides.
Like, we need a system in place that like feeds people with PhDs into government positions. Like, I remember one time I was talking to my friends about like healthcare or something like that, and I was like essentially saying that like people who know what they're talking about should make decisions. And like, I saw something on the news and I was like, this is fucking stupid. And they were like, all right, yeah, well, like, what would you do then? And I was like, I don't know. But I would ask someone with a PhD in economics and a PhD in medicine to talk to each other and figure it out because they know the balance between how the economy works and what people need for healthcare.
Exactly.
And like, I don't know that. So like,
you find someone that does.
Exactly.
But that's not what they're doing because people are so egotistical and stuck up in their own heads. Like, I know what to do.
Yeah, because everyone wants to think that they know what. It's like, no, you don't. Like, shut the fuck up. You don't know.
You
like,
don't. And that's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay not to know.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't know everything.
Ask the people who know. It's like, you know other stuff. Like, you do what you're good at.
Yeah.
And let, like, the people who are good at this stuff make decisions. But instead we got fucking, like, Hillbilly Jim from Kentucky who took $1 million from Exxon last month for campaign.
Oh, my gosh.
money. Like,
yeah. And it's just the... what? I always lose it. You know when it just exits the mind?
Yeah.
The thoughts, you just feel it, and it's just a blank space. But yeah, these what were we talking about?
Politicians don't know what they're talking about.
Oh yeah. You were saying like you find people that are good at something on both sides, and you bring them together and work at it. Like back in the day before the internet, that was probably hard as shit. Like it's probably gonna be hard to find a physicist. Probably be hard to find. Actually, it's really not that hard. I don't know why they did it, but now we could do it with a phone call.
Yeah.
Be like, all right, yo, Joe, physicist guy.
Yeah.
What do you think about this? Okay, cool. Like find the balance between all the thoughts.
Yeah.
And like when I say balance, it could be 2 things, but it could also be 10 things. There's still a balance between that, like the middle. And we just need to find it. We got to work together.
If you look at like government spending, and like where it's allocated, there's like some government programs that like will like, I remember James Trevison was telling me about one point about like this study the government did to learn more about like the exact color of a blueberry or something like that, and it costs like $3 billion and all like the science equipment and stuff. And it's like
bullshit.
We literally just burn money.
Yeah.
Like that military budget, like $1 trillion. Like you're not like, you cannot tell me that is like being allocated in like a smart way. You know what I mean? Like we are just like we just destroy money. And like what's people's biggest problem with the government is like taxes. You know what I mean? So it's like
shit. Build us some fucking roads.
Exactly. So like we have people who know what they're talking about, like allocating money around, so we're not like burning it. Like taxes would be lower, more would get done. Like
because we would work.
People would have more money to spend, and the economy would do well.
It'd be so nice when people work together. Everyone wins. Yeah, like everyone wins. But it's like
people just want their own check.
Yeah, it's like it's a sports team. You played sports, like you get it. I've been on toxic fucking teams in my life, and the whole team. Literally, my senior year of hockey, I went to a good hockey school. The 4 years, they won the states for their thing. And then when it was my time, we lost. You know why? It was new coach, new everything. People weren't buying into the system. We got our ass whooped a lot. We didn't win. We were shit. And it was a canceristic environment. It's like Odell on the Giants. He was terrible for it. The one person can ruin the entire thing. It's like gears on a clock. Take one gear out, that clock's not going to work. But once you get everyone on board, which they did the next year, everyone buys into the system, they win. Yeah. You need everyone to buy in to a system. And until everyone does, it's not going to work. And but it's hard to get everyone to buy in.
As a Giants fan, what did you think when he got traded?
I was happy. Yeah. I'll be honest, I wasn't a huge, like, watching into football until recently, like the past few years. But I was happy. I saw that guy. He's a cancer. That's really what he is. Had a bad mindset. He's a great player. I wish he was on the Giants. If he had a different mindset, I think we'd be really good. Yeah. And so when we sent him over there, we got the better end of the deal. We got Jabril Peppers, like
picks.
Filthy. Yeah. The Michigan boy, guy's fire. He is so good. I'm so happy we get him. We got to get good defense now. But we need a wide receiver. So I'm saying, Odell, come back from your injury, come back to the Giants, change your mindset, buy into the system, and you're going to be a fucking great Giant. Bleed blue, baby.
Dude, there's so many like athletic trainers and people who have like looked at Odell and said like he's one of the greatest athletes of all time. Really? And I think he's just fucking it with like
his mind.
He can't get his head straight. Yeah, like
he's got to figure himself out before he can do that shit.
I personally, I mean, maybe it's because I'm a Broncos fan and we won the Super Bowl with Demaryius Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders, but I think teams need good wide receivers, but I think going out and cutting a like $20 million check for like a guy like Odell is just it's not worth the cap space, and that's
I don't think put 2 guys on him. All right, he's covered.
I don't think burning cap space to get elite wide receivers is a good move for teams that want to win championships.
No, you got to find the balance of your team, and then that's why some coaches are so shit because they don't play into their team; they play into their system, which they think's gonna work. See who you have on your team, see what their strengths are, and use them. Like Saquon, really not great at running up the middle.
Yeah.
Wayne Train, Gallman, fucking beast. Give that shit to him every time. But if you want to do a pitch, throw to Saquon. He'll run the entire field. Like, people have to find their strengths and work with them. Yeah. Like, it's like working against the universe. Like, you have a path that you're going to follow. Yeah. You could either accept it because it's really there for you. Yeah. Or you could deny it, try to fight it, and you're going to get your shit rocked. Yeah. You're never going to win that fight. It's an uphill battle. It's like, we just got to accept.
Have you been watching college football this year?
No, I haven't, because Syracuse fucking blows. Yeah. Boys, you can get better, please. Yeah. So bad. So bad.
I haven't really been paying a ton of attention to college football, and so I don't really know what the top draft picks are going to look like this year, but I imagine
Lawrence probably won.
Yeah.
And then it looks like, what day is it? Friday. So the last games are this week. So
what if if the Giants make the playoffs, do they get sent to the back of the order? Or are they still going to be like top 10 pick?
I don't know how it works. That shit confuses the shit out of me. I think I heard somewhere, my brother told me, that the Giants can win and still have the 3rd pick somehow. If like something works out, if the Washington football team, please get a new name. Like, but my brother said they should call them the Washington Red Hawks. Like, that's pretty dope.
That's pretty good.
The Red Hawks. Yeah. Remember we played on the Red Hawks, the soccer team? Back in the day?
Yeah, something
Were you on that team?
I don't know. Possibly.
Maybe not. I was on the Red Hawks. We were like the C team. We were shit. We were so bad, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. Yeah, they got to be like the Red Hawks or something. That'd be good. But, all right. Yeah, I think we're coming in at, I don't know how long that is, but I think we got almost at, what are we at? Jesus. We might be coming to a close. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're at like 3 hours. What time?
3 hours?
Yeah. Wait, what time is it?
4:58.
What time did we start? Do you want to keep going?
Yeah, sure. I gotta take a piss.
Yeah, take a piss. We're gonna take a little break. I'm gonna check these cameras too because I think they're a little off. We'll be right back. Okay. Gamer died. All right, so we'll just wrap this up real quick. Lucy, she wants to be a part of it. Oh, I'll use my phone. My phone died too.
That sucks.
I'll just record the audio then. Damn it. All right. And we're back. We've noticed that the cameras have died, and my phone also died, so we have no more camera footage. So we're gonna call it here. I guess I'll learn from this. I'll find some outlets to plug them into so they don't die. But Will, thank you for coming on, being my first guest. I'm really excited to have you on. I hope we'll have you on again, definitely, before you go.
Sounds good, man.
But, yeah, do you want to say anything before we head off?
Hope everyone has a great day.
And have an even better new year.
Yeah.
See you guys.
what I